Hello, my name's Teresa. I'm here talking about employment for people with disabilities from an employer's perspective and basing that on a little over 30 years experience working with people with disability and helping them access where they want to be.
Wow, I don't quite have that. My name's Ben. I've worked in the disability employment space for about 5-6 years, and after that the NDIS space, which was heavily focused on employment, for 2 or 3 years.
My name is Bilge. I work for Wesley Mission Queensland, working as a diversity and inclusion lead, and I have been working with diverse communities almost 14 years.
So if we think about when we're interviewing people, what's the main thing that you look for that would make you pick that particular person?
For me, it's really passion and integrity.
What about you?
Yeah, look, I really look for someone that's genuine, and what I mean by genuine is someone that's researched the role.
I've generally picked the person who I've connected with in some way, so look at personality as well. They don't have to say every single right thing during the interview. That's because that doesn't happen in real life, so I want somebody who is honest and who can show me that they're really keen and that they're quite keen to learn and will be with us for a while.
Yeah, I agree, and it doesn't need to be perfect.
And as long as they've gotten the basics right, so they've arrived on time, that they're wearing the appropriate clothing, and that they're actually listening and engaging in the conversation, certainly wouldn't count anyone out.
So it is important for students to look at organizations' website. Is there any diversity and inclusion policy available on their website? And checking that, it's really important.
Yep. And I think most organisations who do focus on that inclusion will have that information publicly available on their website so that people can see. So when you've been in a situation where someone has chosen to share some really personal information with you about their disability or some needs that they might have, some changes, how did that go?
Yes, it happened. One of my colleagues, before the interview, actually, he mentioned that he has a disability. He sent me an email. He said he has cerebral palsy and he can't drive. And that was the time, actually, I would like to invite him for an interview. And that's why it is really important to share your vulnerability and in an honest way. And we invited him for an interview and he got the job at the end. But definitely I knew he won't be able to drive, but we support him with the with the transportation cost and with his travel expenses. Yeah.
So it certainly didn't put you off?
No, definitely.
Considering this person?
Yeah, definitely. I see always it's an opportunity for us to grow. And really hearing the lived experiences is really important, especially in this type of work.
So there's almost an advantage in some ways, Bilge, that they've been able to disclose that before they've come in. It's almost.
Yeah, I'm glad that he.
Say that?
Yeah, I'm glad that he emailed and he mentioned that in his email that he has a disability, so which helped me to think about. Okay, that's we really need that honest information, and why not be brave and be share what your vulnerability is.
Yeah, for sure. And if you are divulging your disability because you do need some assistance and they're not responding in a good way, is that someone you'd want to work for anyway? That would be my question. You might be dodging a bullet there. So.
And I guess it's hard if you have shared that personal information before and had a really negative experience. It can be really hard to gather your courage and say, well no, and as long as people have really considered carefully if they want to share that information, what information they're going to share and who they're going to share it with, remembering what it is they're trying to achieve. So I've decided, they may decide I'm going to share this with the employer after the interview because I want them to know that I'm worth considering. I just need to do things a little bit differently. What sort of advice would you give to somebody who's just about to finish school or they've finished school and they're figuring out what they're going to do next?
Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, so don't be shy to apply a position. Don't limit your options and be brave. And there's so much nice people out there, you know.
For sure. Yeah, look, I would say try and create a plan, and that's really hard for somebody that's young and possibly with a disability to come out of high school and to know what to do. But you've got to build from somewhere, you've got to start somewhere. So even if you don't have a resume, people say, I don't know where to start, just start. Put your name on a Word document in the computer, add that you've finished school, you started a resume. So you will add to that, put your work experience on there that you did. Speak to people you know about advice they have. You know, obviously look at what you enjoyed doing and try and find roles that lean on people, talk to people. That's where all that knowledge will start to take shape. It might not seem so straight from the bat, but you will start getting there. You're not alone. You're not in this by yourself. There are people out there that will help you. So, you know, you've got the disability employment services out there.
And I guess my top bit of advice for probably everyone, but particularly people leaving school, is to make sure you use your networks. So that's just everybody you know. Tell everyone you know, I want to be, how can you help me?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what it is that you want to be, somebody that you know is going to be able to help you get there. Keep using those networks and keep growing them. So you'll always get to meet new people when you do different things.
You never know the person. It could be the next person that says, hey, I've got an opportunity. I know somebody with an opportunity, but unless you keep doing it and talking, try and get yourself out there. I know it can be easy for people to say, but try and get yourself out there to events, you know, like things like such as Fresh Futures, for example. That's where you can rub shoulders with people that have got a lot of knowledge, and you don't know who's there looking for an employee. You just don't.
There are so many different job opportunities for young people to be seen. So just be out there and connect with people.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, as we've sort of all alluded to, there is a job out there for everybody, and you just got to find it. And the way to find it is to, you know, as we said, keep networking, keep talking to people. Make sure you're presenting the best version of yourself, as in, you know, like make sure you research things, make sure that people see the real you. And, you know, you will find that job, but you need to present yourself well, so in all aspects.
And consider different things. When I was in school, I wanted to be a vet, I wanted to work with animals. I've never done that, but I love what I'm doing. So just be open to other things and keep asking.